Niranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Pravrajaka Acharya Ashtatarashta Shri Srimad Abhay Charan Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki Nama Acharya Shahridas Thakur ki Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivas Adi Gaur Bhaktavrinda ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Radha Kund Shama Kund Giri Govardhan ki Vrindavan Dham ki Mayapur Dham ki Ganga Mai ki Yamuna Mai ki Tulsi Devi ki Bhakti Devi ki Jai Nitai Gaur Paramananda. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Ganesh Shri Gauranga. All glories to Shri Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 19, and text 25 up to 32. So I'll just read the translations of the previous verses. So text 25 to 31, translations by Srila Prabhupada. Material existence causes discontent in regard to fulfilling one's lusty desires and achieving more and more money. This is the cause for the continuation of material life, which is full of repeated birth and death. But one who is satisfied by that which is obtained by destiny is fit for liberation from this material existence. A Brahmana who is satisfied with whatever is providentially obtained is increasingly enlightened with spiritual power. But the spiritual potency of a dissatisfied Brahmana decreases as fire diminishes in potency when water is sprinkled upon it. Therefore, O King, from you, the best of those who give charity, I ask only 3 paces of land. By such a gift I shall be very pleased, for the way of happiness is to be fully satisfied to receive that which is absolutely needed. Shukadeva Goswami continued, when the Supreme Personality of Godhead had thus spoken to Bali Maharaj, Bali smiled and told him, all right, take whatever you like. To confirm his promise to give Vamanadev the desired land, he then took up his water pot. Understanding Lord Vishnu's purport, Shukracharya, the best of learned, immediately spoke as follows to his disciple, who was about to offer everything to Lord Vamanadev. Shukracharya said, O son of Virochana, this brahmachari in the form of a dwarf is directly the imperishable Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, accepting Kashyapa Muni as his father and Aditi as his mother. And he has now appeared in order to fulfill the interest of the demigods. You do not know what a danger position you have accepted by promising to give him land. I do not think that this that this promise is good for you. It will bring great harm to the demons. So, text 32. Sir, please repeat. Esha te sthanam aishvaryam shriyam tejoyashaha shrutam dasyat achidha shakraya maya manavako harihi eshate sthanam aishvaryam shriyam tejo yashak shrutam dasyatya chidya shakraya maya manavako harihi eshate sthanam aishvaryam shriyam tejo yashak shrutam dasyat achidya shakraya maya manavako harihi eshate sthanam aishvaryam shriyam tejo yashak shrutam dasyat achidya shakraya maya manavako harihi Matajis. Eshaha, this person falsely appearing as a brahmachari. Te, of you, sthanam, the land in possession, Aishwaryam, the riches, Shriyam, the material beauty, Tejaha, the material power, Yashaha, the reputation, Shrutam, the education, Dasyate, will give, Achidya, taking from you, Shakraya, unto your enemy, Lord Indra, Maya, falsely appearing, Manavakaha, a brahmachari son of a living being, Harihi, he is actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. This person, falsely appearing as a brahmachari, is actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, who has come in this form to take away all your land, wealth, beauty, power, fame, and education. After taking everything from you, he will deliver it to Indra, your enemy. Purport. Shri Vishma Chakravarti Thakur explains in this regard that the very word Harihi means one who takes away. If one connects himself with Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Lord takes away all his miseries, and in the beginning, the Lord also superficially appears to take away all his material possessions, reputation, education, and beauty. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 10.88, Yasyaham anugrihnami harishye tad dhanam shanaihi. The Lord said to Maharaj Yudhishthir, the first installment of my mercy towards a devotee is that I take away all his possession, especially his material opulence, his money. This is the special favor of the Lord towards a sincere devotee. If a sincere devotee wants Krishna above everything, but at the same time is attached to material possessions which hinder his advancement in Krishna consciousness, by tactics, the Lord takes away all his possessions. Here Shukracharya says that this dwarf brahmachari would take away everything. Thus, he indicated that the Lord will take away all one's material possessions and also one's mind. If one delivers his mind to the lotus feet of Krishna, Savai Manah Krishna Padara Vindayoha, one can naturally sacrifice everything to satisfy him. Although Bali Maharaj was a devotee, he was attached to material possessions, and therefore the Lord, being very kind to him, showed him special favor by appearing as Lord Vamana to take away all his material possessions and his mind as well. So, in this purport and also in the previous verses, there were actually many relevant points which we should be very contemplative, very concerned about. Then in the verse 25, 26, then it's being spoken about satisfaction. Because what happened before, then Vamanadev, he asked for 3 pieces of land. Fine. Then Bali Maharaj calls him, you are not very intelligent. I have everything. And I can give you anything. So what does 3 steps of land do? No, come on, take more. And then he gives an example, right? Okay, if I would have something, no, and I could have more, I would want to have more. So be more intelligent, work for more, just to sustain yourself, right? you have opportunity, take it. It's without endeavor. But then, Vamanadev, he speaks very important words. And he says, well, no, I want just 3 steps of land. And that will make me satisfied. So, and he gives the example. A Brahmana who is satisfied with what he has, then that Brahmana elevates his consciousness. He is progressing. He will be liberated. He will finish his attachment to the material world. But on the other hand, then the Brahmana who is not satisfied, who will be over-endeavoring, who has something, but if I can have, I'll endeavor and I'll get also something else and something more. That mentality disturbs the consciousness. When the consciousness is disturbed, then the focus on devotional service cannot be there. So, as Vamanadev says, then that Brahmana, then he will diminish his purity, his powers. So, the same point, it's being actually spoken by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Shikshastakam. Trinadapi sunichna, tararapi sayushna, amanina manadena, kirtaniya sadahari. So, the amanina, that's the same point. One is satisfied with whatever arrangements are done. Therefore, one is not disturbed if something does not come or come what one doesn't expect. Such person, he is able to accept anything. And because of that, he can remain dhira. And when the person is able to be satisfied that way, then being humble and tolerant and being able to give respect to all the living entities, it's not difficult. But if one is not satisfied, one wants more, how can one be actually tolerant? How can one really be humble? And how can one give respect to everyone? Becomes very difficult. So, this satisfaction with whatever comes, then be happy, it's very important. And we see it also in the case of when Dhruva Maharaj, then later on, then he goes and he sees the Python Sadhu. Same thing. The person is fully absorbed on the Lord, and whatever comes, comes. If it doesn't come, doesn't come. He will not over-endeavor to do anything or get anything. His only endeavor is to always remember Krishna. Then we see another example of Bharat Maharaj, right? Jada Bharat, when he was reborn after he was a deer, then he was fully conscious, he was very intelligent, he was born in a Brahmana family, but he pretended to be crazy or mentally retarded. And even though the father was very nice Brahmana and he wanted to teach him, he was not interested. He was satisfied with that he can just focus on the Lord. He didn't want to do anything else, didn't want to think of anything else. He didn't want to be bothered. So, now the material possession, it's not such a problem. The biggest problem is the ability to, or the desire to think that I want, I can have. Like another example, like you see, in a bank, you have a bank account. There are some money. You take money, and then after you finish the money, then you know you have no money. But then such a very intelligent, materialistic people came with some ideas, a credit card. Buy now, pay later. So, sounds excellent. So, you buy something which you have no money for, and then how will you pay it? No problem. If you don't have money to pay, we will just take your house, but you can keep what you bought. That's what's happening. Because the banks make more of the money which the people have to pay on the credit cards, because there is high interest. And the ability to think, or the possibility, with the credit card I can buy anything I want. I'm not poor anymore. Right? My neighbor, he bought some BMW. Now, and he's a big businessman, but I don't have money, but I can buy with a credit card and pay later. But then, unfortunately, things don't work always the way as we plan. So it's foolish. Same like gamble. Right? They lure people into the casinos, and the casinos are very opulent, big buildings. And who pays for those buildings? The people who play, but everybody thinks that they will win. But they cannot. It's done such a way you lose. And same way how it works in material life, sometimes you get little token just to keep going. But leave all your money here. We need your money. We don't need you. And the mentality of the person, that the mind goes, I lost money today. I have to go and borrow, because next time I will win. So then he borrows from friends, whatever it is, and he loses everything. He's addicted to it. But he thinks he can win over Maya. He thinks that he can win over he can get back all his material possessions, that he is in control. So what's the problem? The problem is dissatisfaction. We are not satisfied with what we have. And we want more. Like the Shastra gives example of a deer. The deer, he is grazing on a pasture. There is a grass. But when the deer looks at the grass, then he sees the grass, and between the grass, then he also sees some earth, which is brown. So the grass appears somewhat green, but not fully. But when he looks there, because he sees the grass from the side, this is greener than this. That one is better. So he will leave this one, and he goes to that grass. Now he comes there, what he sees? The same thing. It's not as green, but that one is greener. Never satisfied. Always want something else. And because of that, he will just wander and never satisfied. Endeavoring for something which is very difficult to obtain. And what is that? Right? Atyahara. And what does Rupa Goswami says about Atyahara? One of the 6 activities which we should not do. So then, let's not do it. Let's not over-endeavor. Let's just see what we have. We are here in Mayapur, in Holy Dham. Okay, let's take advantage of this. What does it mean to take advantage of Dham, right? Taking advantage. Srila Prabhupada explains, association of devotees. Sadhu Sangha. That's one of the 6 activities Rupa Goswami says to do. And what do we do with in the Sadhu Sangha? He speaks. Darati pratilihnati, guhimakiti prichati, bhungte bojayate. Chaitanya Charitamrita talks so much about bhungte bojayate. It's important. So, these activities, when done with affection, they enhance one's devotional service. They enhance one's satisfaction. So, one can be happy just living in the Dham, among the devotees, hearing Bhagavatam, chanting holy name, worshipping the deity, and there is no need for anything else. It's a full satisfaction. So, if we endeavor for this, then Krishna will take care of any other necessities, whatever there may need to be. But we should focus on devotional service, on bhakti. Now, such a devotee who practices this, then it continues. And in the purport, then Srila Prabhupada explains, right, the word Hari. When Shukracharya, then he warns Bali, don't listen to him. He is going to trick you. He will take away. He is the Supreme Lord. But Bali Maharaj, he already gave. He gave his word. No, he also poured the water to seal. He's not going to go back on his word. And so why did Vamanadev do to this to Bali Maharaj? He's the Supreme Lord. He could have done anything else. He could have appeared another form like, maybe Nrsimhadev or any other form he could have taken, fight with Bali Maharaj and it's gone. And he can take it and it's done. But he didn't do it. Now, why he didn't do it? He appeared as a Vamanadev and he just treats him, okay, I just want a little bit. He plays it in this way. Now, he didn't have to give. Right? If he was so attached, he doesn't have to give. And then, or if he listens to Shukracharya, okay, maybe he will just go back on his word. But nothing of that happens. Vamanadev, as a Supreme Lord, he knows it's not going to happen. So why did he appear like this? Then, as Shukracharya correctly says, he is Hari. He takes away. But away from whom? There are so many materialists, and they are doing so many nonsense activities with their riches, and it's not being taken away. So, whom he takes away from? Pure devotees. Why? Because the devotees are satisfied, and they will be satisfied when the Lord takes from a pure devotee. And as Prabhupada says, okay, some devotees They are devotees, they are pure devotees, but they have difficulties. They are little attached. They know, I have some possession there and I would like to keep it. But the point is, he is a devotee and he is attached. It's a side thing. It's a secondary thing. He is not a materialist whose, no, the material possession is the first thing and devotion is like some JJ. Not that. He is a devotee and he has little problems. So because of this, the Lord knows. If I take these problems away, he is not going to lament. He is not going to blame me that I took it away. He may try to get it back, but I'll take it away again and again. He will not lament because he is a devotee. It's like a cure, right? There is a doctor sees that there is a problem in the body, then okay, sometimes he has to cut, take away, to cure the body. It hurts, but we know that's necessary because it makes the body diseased. So take it away. No, don't take it, keep it. No, take it away, throw it away. I don't want to see it. Right? That's what it is. So the material possession for a devotee, it's like this. It's something extra. So when the Lord takes it, it may hurt, but after some time, it heals and we maintain our pure consciousness. So that's the whole point. That's what Hari means. Now if somebody is attached, the material possession is my primary thing and I want to keep this, then the Lord will not take. He will give more. Okay, just look, you have some devotion, fine. But if I take away, you will lament. You will blame me. Krishna, why are you taking this from me? You are supposed to be maintaining me, but look at what you are doing. You are taking away. Being upset. So Krishna doesn't want it. So he wouldn't do it to us. If we are so attached, and we don't want, we are attached to the anarthas, we don't want them, let them to go, then Krishna will keep it for some time more, get more realization. When you realize, I'm detached, I don't want, I still a little attached, but if you take it, I'm okay with that, then Krishna will take. But if it's, I want it, and Krishna don't take it, then Krishna will not take. Now to this, I found one very nice quote in Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's Madhya Lila, chapter 17, and text 14. So, what pastime is this? When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he goes through the Jharikanda forest, and then he sees, and after the animals, he makes the animals dance and sing. He goes through the forest, and sometimes there are villages, right? So he makes the people also Krishna conscious, he makes the people dance and everything. Now, there is a no, sorry, this is still before that. Okay. Now, this is before he enters the forest. Now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, now he explains that it was actually the Kala Krishna Das, which previously, when he was traveling in South India, then he got captured by one gypsy woman. His mind got captured and he was bewildered. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had to save him. So, now he explains that when I travel, then I want to travel alone. Because if I have somebody with me, then again I will have to save him. And then why? What he says. One whose mind is not peaceful is agitated by certain drives, especially sex desire, even though he is in the company of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Such a man will become a victim of woman and will fall down even in the company of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Maya is so strong that unless one is determined not to fall victim, even the Supreme Personality of Godhead cannot give protection. The Supreme Lord and his representative always want to give protection, but the person must take advantage of their personal contact. This is very serious, very important, because then it puts responsibility on us. We have all the opportunity to practice pure unalloyed devotional service. We are in the Dham, association of devotees, deities are here, Krishna is here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is here. We are in the direct association of the Lord. And what are we doing? Are we taking full advantage of this? Are we taking up devotional service to our maximum capacity we can? Here it is, that if we maintain materialistic desires, it will be distracting us from wanting the devotional service, not pure devotional service. So we have to go through the process of Vaidisarana Bhakti. Rules and regulations, practice, and eventually then get rid of the desires for something which is just temporary, material things. When we get over those desires to some extent, then we can start understanding what Chaitanya Guru, Paramatma, is telling us and follow that. Then we can understand what Paramatma is telling us is exactly what's written here in Prabhupada's books, is exactly what our Guru Maharaj is telling us. It's the same thing. But we think we have a choice. Because, well, if I want to enjoy, I can. And yes, we have the choice. Any moment, you make a choice. Like you made a choice, you come to the temple today or not. You made a choice to come and sit for the class, or you could have gone home. You have a choice. You have a choice, to eat, overeat, or not eat. Every moment you have a choice. That's fine. That's our choice. But every choice has a consequence. And we have no control over the consequence. You have a choice to overeat, but if you overeat, then the consequence could be you get sick. then you have no control over that. But if you are intelligent, you understand it's hot. If I overeat, I get sick. I experience that many times. Therefore, I will not overeat. You have a choice. We have a choice to always go towards Krishna or go towards Maya. It's our choice. Every single moment we have the choice. So that's nice. But the consequences, not always we want. And then, when we make a choice, I want money, and I get money, we don't complain. When we make a choice, I want money, but it will lead to, we lose all the money, I complain. Why? Why me? I bought these shares, I made my choice, and I lost all of it. Okay, you made a choice. It's a gamble. And this time you lost. So what's your problem? Why me? Your karma. That's what you made the choice, and that the choice has a consequence. You could have kept what you have, used it properly, and you don't have to try to play with your money. Could have. That could have been choice. So this is our problem. That we should learn what choices to make. Because these choices will not stop. We are always being tested by Maya, by Krishna. The test always comes. What are we going to do now? And what are we going to do? Based on what's inside the heart, based on the anarthas, then we will be attracted to certain activities. But we can make a choice. I don't want to be attracted to nonsense, so I'm not going to do it. I make a vow. And you become stronger. You become more in control of your right choices. Because when we are conditioned, then our choices are being done by our mind, conditioned mind. I like and I don't like. And intelligence is just abused by the mind to make it happen. But if the anarthas get cleared from the heart, then it's not the mind what I like and don't like. Then the intelligence has the control over that, what is right and what is wrong. And we can do. In the conditioned state, intelligence may say, okay, now it's right to chant rounds. Mind says, no, I'm tired. I like to sleep. And what's going to be? Depends who is stronger. It's the mind or is the intelligence? And if whoever you feed becomes stronger. So, of course, now to follow the mind, maybe it's about the pleasure of the senses. I like what pleases my senses, and I don't like what displeases my senses. So it feels better. Now, follow the intelligence. No, this is right to do, and this is wrong to do. It's an austerity. So austerity gives satisfaction after some time. That's goodness. Krishna Bhagavad Gita speaks. What is goodness, right? So, in the beginning, it's like a poison, but nectar at the end. On the other hand, the passion, right now I get from the activity, from following the senses, I get pleasure right now. But where it's going to lead? To poisonous effect. So, we are making choices. Now, sometimes it's so difficult to make a choice because we are so addicted to some nonsense. That's why sadhu sangha. That's why we can discuss among each other, we can encourage each other. Then we become stronger. And then we can overcome anything. Gauranga. Any questions on this? Yes. Any mic? No mic? Oh, okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for the class. I have two questions. One is, you mentioned about sometimes the mind wants something that is not proper, just to give satisfaction of the senses. But we know that the senses are like dead matter. So actually the satisfaction is the soul, it is who is looking for this satisfaction, because senses are dead matter, something?
See, actually the mind works on I like and I don't like based on the senses. But that like and not like is coming from our samskaras, from our experiences. And it may not be the same for everyone. It's just purely like subjective. I had some experience, and that experience I liked, and therefore I like it again. So it's connected to the gunas, it's connected to the experiences, and this we will, that's our conditioning. And we are, that satisfaction, or there is no satisfaction from the mind. There is no satisfaction from sense gratification. There is like a temporary happiness, we can say. But that kind of happiness is just the removal of distress. A person is in anxiety. He is just, he doesn't know what to do. So when under the influence of tamaguna, then he goes and drinks. So the drinking or drugs, it covers his intelligence, covers his mind, and temporarily disables him, so he feels there is no problem, and therefore I am happy. But his happiness, it's as long as the alcohol is there, or the drug, and after that, then he will feel the emptiness, he will feel that the effect of the anxiety which was there before even multiple more times. So then the solution can be he can just keep drinking, but then that will bring another problems. So we are in illusion that following the senses will give us satisfaction, and that satisfaction, we think that it's going to be permanent. But no, we get some happiness due to Maya's arrangement. Because you keep the person under anxiety because he deserves it. No, he doesn't know, he doesn't want to know what is right and wrong. So keep him under anxiety. And time to time just release the anxiety. Give him little happiness. And he will be happy. And that happiness will go for some time, and then he can endure again a lot of pressure. That's what in the corporate business do. No, many people implement the same process. And like that, person can live, survive until he dies. He doesn't realize he actually never achieved happiness because he never achieved satisfaction. He was never satisfied. So when we are thinking like this and following the mind, we can never achieve satisfaction. Temporary happiness at the best. But we are looking for satisfaction. So people or person who is more introspective, then he will want to know, no, this is temporary. What is permanent? And then he will be able, through his contemplation, find what is permanent. What is the real satisfaction? Which comes from austerity. And then it comes from the power of the intelligence being able to discriminate. So discriminate, then a person has certain nature, he has a certain training, he has some samskaras. So based on that, then the intelligence decide what is the best and what is not good to do. And decides, okay, do this. And the mind, when it's not being agitated, it's peaceful, then it's capable of focusing. So it focuses on what the intelligence says, and therefore we put the mind into it and it's done. Very easily. So that's the proper way. But if the mind is agitated by the senses, I remembered it was good, I like this, I like that, I like it like this. Thinking, feeling, willing, we decide, I want to experience it again, and better. And the intelligence says, no, that's not good. It's about me experience, it's about, I want to feel good. So go for it, and you arrange it. How should we get there? What should we do? And the mind becomes in Rajaguna, agitated, cannot be focused, and it's many branched. And therefore, focusing on the objects of the senses, and we don't know what to do. And anything which comes up, it distracts us. We are not able to focus on anything. We want to chant japa, but then we see something and then we get so distracted. Because we cannot focus. For this very reason. Yes?
The second question is, you mentioned about goodness. Sometimes it's poison in the beginning and nectar at the end. But also ignorance is poison in the beginning, in the middle, and in the end. But how in the beginning, these two kinds of poison, how can we differentiate that we are actually in goodness or in ignorance, if both of them are poison?
See, the goodness and ignorance, they look the same. Person and quality of goodness and person and quality of ignorance externally may look the same. When would you see the Python Sadhu or Jada Bharat? He is there lying there, people pass water on him. They just like a madman. So, externally they cannot recognize. Because they are on a certain low level of consciousness, they cannot understand the higher levels. So they see, he's just crazy man, he's ignorant, and then, we should deride him. So, Externally, it looks the same. But internally, there is a difference. And sattvic person in goodness, then internally, he is very active. He meditates. Ignorant person, he is dead inside too. He doesn't think. Therefore, there is no activity. So therefore, anything presented to him must be wrong. Must be, it will diminish, it will break, it will be finished. There is one story from Upakana Upadesh. Yes, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, and he used to quote stories like that. And one story is called BBMA. That's the name. And so what was it about? Then a king, he was wondering, I would like to know who is the most lazy tamasic person in my kingdom. And he asked his minister, how can we find out? And minister says, easy. Make an announcement. All tamasic, lazy, most lazy people, please come. I have a feast for everyone. So thousands of people come. And they sit in the lines, in like a big hall, waiting then for the prasadam to be served. Then the king lets the servant say, now you set the hall in fire. So the hall is burning. Everybody runs away. But there are two people sitting. And then one says, BB. And the other one says, MA. And they perish in the fire. They die. So now what it meant, they were so lazy that they wouldn't even speak properly. So it's a sutra. BB means back burning. And the other guy tell him, MA, move aside. So the most lazy people died in the fire. And the king actually wasn't unhappy for that. So that's what it is. It's inactivity. But Jada Bharat lying there, king sees him and he, this is some Shudra, put him carrying my palanquin. But he was mistaken. He looked like, he was dressed probably not nicely, he stank probably. But he was a transcendental person. He was Shuddha Sattva. So, externally, if we try to see, we may make a mistake. How we actually see, know who is who, inquire. And if you cannot inquire, and if you cannot distinguish, you are not sure, don't ever criticize, don't ever make a mistake of making some comment at someone whom you don't know who is he. So, and now, even if person, he is maybe tamasic or whatever, still, we should respect the living being, maybe from distance, but never disrespect, never criticize. So even a beggar who may not be very elevated, but still he can get some prasad. That's the way.
The question is, how do I?
Oh, sorry.
The question is how I myself can recognize the activities that doing in goodness or in ignorance, if both are giving some suffering, is some like poison? No,
In ignorance, then no, it's the mind who dictates. It's just the senses. So when you notice that you are following the senses and you are disregarding what intelligence is telling you, Guru Sadhu Shastra in specific, what is telling you, it's ignorance. But when it is what Guru Sadhu Shastra says, and you follow that, then it's goodness. And if your activities are connected to Krishna, it's Shuddha Sattva. If they are not, it doesn't matter now what it is, Sattva, Raja or Tama, but it's all bad, it's wrong. Okay, we will end here. It's 9 o'clock, right? No, it's past 9 o'clock, no? It's slow. ग्रंथ श्रीमद् भागवतम की श्री प्रभुपाद की जय निताई गौर प्रमानंद।